Okay. Here's where we're at. This is the Tarawa. See if I can dig this up here. Too much stuff. I found this pin too. If you can see that, but it says Tarawa. It's got a number 2 on there. I don't know what that's for, but keep moving. Hopefully that's visible. But years ago I bought this model. I found the USS Tarawa 1-700 Model C Power Series. It actually has a motor, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not into that. I'm not going to take it out and put it in the ocean or anything. Kind of thought about that, taking it out California and taking a video, but anyway, it's the first ship I was ever on. I am not a master model builder. I've been doing this since I was 10 years old, but it's not been consistent and you know, all the time. I got the hull put together, and with my physical, whatever you want to call it, I've already dropped it, busted the starboard rudder on it, fixed it, and hit the starboard rudder and broke it again. So I'm trying to get it glued back on there and repaint it and get it all set up, but we'll see. Now I'm working on the deck, trying to get the lines painted. I've got all types and sizes of brushes, and none of them work as well as a toothpick. So trying to get these little bitty lines, and then with my hands shaking and everything, and the way it is, it's very tedious, but I want to try to make it as authentic as possible. And towards the end, when I show it to you complete, I'll be asking for some help on details and trying to make things right. This thing has some ships or small boats, you know, the guns, antennas. Let's see, we got a, where did I see that? Here. We got a couple of CH-53s and some 46s. Even though it shows, let me see on the picture here, some Harriers, shows the jump jets on here and a Cobra and an Osprey. Well, back then we didn't have Osprey. I don't know, maybe the Osprey was on this ship, but in my time it wasn't. But I don't see any Osprey in the model and the parts, and I don't see any Harriers either, so I'm not concerned about that. Only thing we did have a Harrier. There was a Harrier that landed on it. They had to reinforce the deck, and they did do a Harrier landing, I think, if I'm right, if I remember right. I can't remember if it was this one or the Incheon or one of the other ships, but I was thinking it was on this one. Maybe not. Anyway, we used the 46 and 53s mostly. And anyway, so that's where I'm at right now. Still working on it. Got lots of pictures I'll be showing from the internet. Now, not my pictures, they will be from the internet that I've found and where I'm getting my information as far as paint. I'm not an expert at this. I'm not good at painting. I don't have the hands to do this little detail work as much as I want, but it will be as close as possible, and when you see it, I'll ask for some help on that. So anyway, that's where we're at. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll get this done as soon as I can. Now I ask you, are some of these teeny tiny little parts really necessary? You know, I lost 4 of these parts and I had to sweep my floor just to find them, and I had to look really close to distinguish something like that from just a piece of plastic that was on there. But I got them all. Now let's see if I can put them together. Now, does this pawl look like something? You can tell the size of those pieces. Does this look like something that can handle little stuff? Yeah. Oh, I see. Let's get a pair of tweezers. Okay. Pair of tweezers. Picking this up. Yeah. Tweezers are not going to help so much. Oh well. I'll show you in the end. Alright, this is the next step. Getting a little closer to the Tarawa. Got some, I guess, helicopters is what you know. I mean, they're planes, rotary planes, helicopters, but just about there. A lot more detailing to do. But the antennas on it. I'm not going to do on the picture it shows, which is kind of false. Oh. Let's see. It shows some Harriers. Shows a bunch of Harriers on here. Shoot, fire! It's just got 6, 7 Harriers on here, and 146 and a Cobra. And there are no Harriers in this kit. There's let's see, and there's no Osprey. It's showing an Osprey there. There's no tanks. There is no airboats. It shows a couple of track vehicles there, but that came in it. Let's see here. Note. I got a couple of old ducks, if you know what a duck is, but there it is, and a couple of Amtraks. But there's no place really for those, and I'm not going to do that. I was going to cut out the back. This is actually came with motorized, but I'm not going to use it. I mean, it's not going in the water. I'm not floating it or nothing. But I could have cut this out and put the Amtraks and other watercraft back there, but it's just, I'm not going to do that. I made it as detailed as I can, and I'm trying to do the best job I can on it, but that doesn't work too well. Okay, guess I'll put the glue back on. What else? Okay, well, as soon as I get her next step of getting it detailed and get it finished up, then we'll put this up there. But, like, subscribe, and share. Alright, there's a little quickie for you. I got online and I was looking at paint holders for model kits and such. Rather than just having them sitting around on the table so much in different places, I thought I'd go buy some way to hold on to it. Well, for the little bitty nothing things that people are selling for too much money in my budget anyway, out of my pocket, I just decided to build me one. So I took some boards that I had laying around and put it together. I drilled some 1-inch holes for the paint. No, you don't put a square in a round hole. It doesn't work. So I set them like that. Well, they're not going anywhere. I mean, it's just sit there. It's just the organizer. Okay, so here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 32, and what, 34, 44 place for paint, and that's more than enough for me right now. I just threw a little bit of notch in there for holding a couple of paint brushes. You know, just keep them steady there when I need them. And that took me all of about a half hour, 45 minutes max. I went to paint it last night and notice all the blotches. I went back to repaint it. It was raining last night just as I started painting it. And I thought, oh man, I'm going to have to repaint this thing. No, I'm not. I like it. I don't know about you. I think it gave a pretty cool effect. It was white. This is white, that plastic door trim. Okay, door frame. That's what that is. And I had some extras, so that's what I used. And it beaded up on it. The water beaded up on it and beaded the paint. I think it looks pretty cool. Anyway, it's for me. It was free. Kinda. Just my time. Something that you might want to look at unless you want to buy them. And that's okay too. Okay. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye. Can you say klutz? Alright, first I want to say this is probably one of the worst models that I ever had a chance to build. It was this box here. And if you want to read that, I don't know if you can or not, but you can pause it and read through that part of it. This is the USS Tarawa, a kit that that I found. It took a long time, but this model, obviously made in China. It says copyright 2000, but that doesn't seem right. Anyway, that's what it's supposed to look like, I guess, and this is what I got it to look like. And you've seen some of the things the way I was building, what was going on. But that's as good a detail as I can make it, because, well, I'm going to blame it 50-50. I'm going to say, 50% of it is this bad model. Bad parts. And 50% of it was me, because I just don't have the steady hand for it. I did the best I could. Most of it I had to hand paint because the decals just fell apart. Decals really stunk. So I couldn't really use too much of them. But there it is. First ship that I was ever on. And well, I guess, I don't know, you don't really count submarines, they call them boats. So, but this was the first ship that I guess I was ever on. And there it is, the model. I'll eventually maybe make a case for it, and to be able to put it up. But if anybody, you guys served on the Tarawa, sure like to hear from you. What you think about this little model. I've seen some much bigger ones, much better detailed. People having far better hand at these kinds of things than me. But this is as I vaguely remember it. And we was on the shakedown cruise off of California, come up from the canal. And it's not too bad, I guess, you know, for how I am and for what I got to work with. I don't suggest this for younger people and really old people like me. It's kind of tough, but if you can do it, you know, you got one, show me. Give me some pictures. I'd like to see them. All right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you. Semper Fi.